Carla's back with a bang, G. Carla's back with a bang. It's not even been 20 seconds. Yeah? And I want to talk to you about, you need to relate to your younger self more, okay? That's what I want to say. You have to relate to your younger self more, okay? Because for the majority of people, okay, this is the majority, unless you had a very traumatic childhood, okay, and you weren't allowed to experience things freely, you find that your childhood is probably the most explicit, not explicit, it's the most ever, like, in terms of your life energy, again, we talk about life energy, your life energy is never stronger than when you're a child, okay? It's never stronger. Like, even when you think about it, like, with learning language, okay, and learning how to walk, okay, these things are low-key difficult, bro, especially for a baby. So your life energy has to be infinite, bro. You know what I mean? And everyone looks at you, they can't see no wrong unless you're just some psychopath. They can't see no wrong in your eyes. You're innocent. You don't have to do anything. Everything's done for you, okay? You're essentially a king. It's the one time in our lives where we live like kings and queens, okay? In the right environment, of course, but in the majority of environments, you live like kings and queens, okay? This is what I'm saying there, and you have to relate to that person, because that king and queen did things for fun, okay, and they enjoyed it, okay. You know what I'm saying? That king was able to draw and have fun. That king, that queen was able to maybe watch TV, play PlayStation, have fun. You know what I mean? That king or queen was able to go swimming and have fun. That king or queen was able to go to the park, have fun. That king or queen was able to play football, have fun. That king or queen was able to play it with their friends in the playground, and was able to have fun, okay? And again, this is more to the people that live prior to doom scrolling, okay? Because right now we're seeing a shift which I really don't want to see play out, and I'm not going to see play out with my own children, because trust me, like, bro, you get me, they ain't seeing no screen, G. They'll see the TV, I can't lie, I won't lie. They'll see the TV and then maybe a tablet 1 hour a week, like I had it. That's what they done to me. They gave me 1 hour a week tablet time. That's what I'll give. You can play Sims free play like I was playing, bro. You know what I mean? So the dynamics are really shifting, and I would say it's more because more households are more likely to be neglecting their children by letting them scroll, in my opinion, which is neglecting their children, which I know is neglecting your children if you let them just scroll endlessly. So with that becoming more and more common, to see how that will manifest itself in the world, and not allowing children to be able to experience their own kingdom or queendomship efficiently, to understand themselves, is going to be really worrying. And again, it's not my problem. Just, so that is just, that is just the way it is, unfortunately. But back to the main point, okay, you need to relate to your kid self more, okay. He was a king or she was a queen, okay, and she was able to do what she wanted. So my childhood self, to be honest, liked to read, okay, and I don't really read anymore, but I know that shit made me OP. So it's literally the reason why I'm literally, it's literally the foundation, bro. It is the foundation. And again, I want to talk about this in so many more videos, because it's literally so essential, bro. It is so essential. I can't explain to you how essential it is. But I can't lie, this is part of the blueprint, G. It's part of the blueprint. This is a blueprint video, official. The blueprint, you get me, avatar. But yeah, bro, it is very important that you relate to your younger self, because it's literally your prime form. You literally semen retained for 12 years. You semen retained for 12 years. Like, there was no release of life force within you. You have to, these are the things that people don't really see it that way, but that's how you have to see it. Like, you literally, you were just, you were overpowered, bro. You were overpowered. Like, you have to relate to that. You have to relate to it as much as possible. As much as possible in everything you do, okay? In picking your career, in picking your friends. You just have to remember about how young your younger self thought about it, Because you have to remember, as you get older, the world really filters you down through judgment and just other people just, influencing themselves on you and new environments and all these things, they come together and they almost dilute your younger self. But you have to understand your younger self was your purest form, okay? And you need to relate to your purest form as much as possible, okay? Because in your purest form is where you'll find out what you need to be and what you were meant to be, okay? Because you have to remember, across the whole timelines of existence, okay, you are still the same person spiritually, okay? And the best example of that is you in your child form, because it's your purest form, okay? That's why you can never forget your child self, because that is who you really are, okay? You can, like, it's the same way, it's the same thing that you can be the bad man out there, yeah? But you were once that little baby that didn't know nothing, G. Like the guy that stabbed my man there, bro, he was a baby once, bro. In his purest form, he was just a baby. Could do harm to no one. That is truly who your spirit is. That's how it comes. And then it gets infiltrated. So you can't let yourself be infiltrated. You have to relate to your purest form, okay, which is your child form. It's the only physical form in which you should be relating to. You should not be relating to anything else, okay? You should not be relating to what I tell you, okay? Generally, like, you should not be relating to what I tell you. If I say, oh, I done this when I was younger, maybe we might enjoy the same things, maybe, but you should be really relating to your real self, okay? There's only so much that I can say. I can't. There's a bridge, and that bridge can only be found within you, okay? You need to tap in to your younger self. You need to understand, okay? Because it still exists in you. It's just a spirit. There's a spiritual block. We're not necessarily, I call it a physical block, because it's a physical block away from the spirit, okay? And in another video, this is maybe reminded me what I need to write down, okay? In the next video, we're going to be talking about rewiring the subconscious, okay? Because again, this is another part of it, okay? It's another part of it. How you can essentially rewire yourself back to your original roots, okay? But there's not really much else for me to say. Blueprint.